in the heart of Lowell, Michigan. A town steeped in eerie legends and shadowy histories lay the forsaken factory. This derelict behemoth, once a thriving center of industry, now stood as a grim monument to decay. Its surroundings a grim testament to nature's relentless reclaiming of man's creations. Twisting vines ensnared its facade, while broken windows silently bore witness to the forgotten tales within. Within this part of town, known for its dangers and grim discoveries, whispers of the supernatural mingled with the scent of decay. It was not uncommon for the local authorities to stumble upon grim reminders of the town's dark side, lifeless bodies that hinted at the malevolent forces that lurked in the shadows. On a summer night heavy with foreboding, four curious, irresponsible souls, Alex, Sam, Chris, and Maya, were inexorably drawn to the factory's foreboding silhouette. A potent mix of curiosity and fear propelled them forward as they ventured into the cavernous interior. The air hummed with a ghostly resonance, echoing the faded grandeur of a time long past, a stark contrast to the grim reality of the present. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that danced across the dusty floor, a sense of foreboding descended upon the group. Alex, wearing a mask of bravado to conceal his own doubts, forged ahead with determined strides, his flashlight piercing the encroaching darkness like a beacon. Maya, her unease palpable in the air, voiced her apprehensions in hushed tones that mingled with the creaks and groans of the decaying structure. "Are we really sure about this, Alex?" Her voice quivered, betraying the fear that gripped her heart and adding to the growing tension that hung in the stale air of the abandoned factory. "We've made it this far, Maya." "Stay close," Alex reassured, his voice carrying a hint of uncertainty as the shadows deepened, swallowing the sound of their footsteps. What started as a casual exploration turned tense when eerie howls pierced the night, sending a chill down their spines. The once relaxed mood vanished, replaced by a nervous energy as each member exchanged anxious looks in the dimly lit factory. Sam, his voice shaky with unease, asked, "What was that?" Chris, the skeptic of the group, tried to ease the tension with a forced chuckle. "Probably just some stray dogs. Nothing to worry about," he said, though his eyes betrayed his own unease. A deep, unexplainable fear gripped them, going beyond reason to touch their most profound fears. Moving further into the intricate corridors of the factory, the once distant howls turned into threatening growls, a clear warning of approaching danger. Shadows twisted and distorted, playing tricks on their senses, while a bone-chilling coldness filled the air, intensifying their sense of dread. Sam, even more shaken, stated the obvious. "We need to get out of here, man." Alex jabbed at him. "Too scared." But just when they believed their fear had peaked, the monstrous creature appeared. Its eyes, a piercing shade of yellow, emitted a terrifying presence that rendered them motionless with fear, a horrific blend of wolf and man. It exuded a primal hunger that seemed to devour the very atmosphere around them. "Go! Run!" Alex's urgent shout shattered the oppressive silence, propelling them into a heart-pounding dash towards the exit. The creature's relentless pursuit fueled their escape, its otherworldly howls resonating through the night like a chilling symphony of fear. As despair threatened to overtake them, the sharp train whistle cut through the eerie silence, sparking a flicker of hope in their desperate plight. With adrenaline surging, They burst into a sprint towards the approaching train, the creature's menacing growls echoing menacingly behind them. The night air whipped past as they raced with all their might, the dogmen closing in with terrifying speed, their hearts hammered like wild drums against their ribs, each frantic step a battle against time. Just as the beast's claws seemed to graze the air behind them, they launched themselves across the tracks in a daring leap, separating themselves from its grasp. The train roared past, its thunderous passage enveloping them in a deafening symphony that masked their ragged breaths and drowned out the creature's furious howls. For a fleeting moment, the chaos was held at bay, granting them a precious reprieve from the relentless pursuit. As they lay sprawled on the ground, a wave of relief mixed with gratitude swept over them, the memory of the beast's chilling gaze lingering in their minds, a stark reminder of the terrors lurking in the shadows. They began walking away from the moving train towards the town's lights in the distance. Amidst the stillness that followed, a foreboding rumble resonated beneath them, signaling the unrelenting pursuit of the malevolent creature. The train was shorter than they expected, and with it, vanishing into the distance, the dogman stood poised on the opposite side of the tracks, a sinister silhouette biding its time to recommence the relentless chase, casting a shadow of dread over their frantic quest for safety. Fueled by an instinctual need to survive, they gathered their strength and moved hurriedly. With every muscle taut, they dashed towards the nearby town, where buildings and a few groups of people offered a glimmer of protection in the midst of the surrounding chaos. The beast's thunderous roars reverberated like a rallying cry, a stark reminder of the imminent danger at their heels. Their hearts raced in sync with the creature's relentless pursuit, driving them to their limits as they sprinted towards safety. Fueled by a mix of fear and unwavering determination, each step tested their endurance, the ground trembling beneath them from the creature's thundering charge. Adrenaline surged through their veins, propelling them closer to the refuge of the dense town, their minds a whirlwind of fear and resolve. In a heart-stopping moment, the creature's claws loomed dangerously near, threatening to pull them back into the clutches of doom. Drawing on their last reserves of strength, they hurled themselves into the protective embrace of the town, where the buildings and well-lit spaces shielded them from the beast's relentless, dark pursuit. As they gasped for air, they stole a quick glance back at the fading figure of their monstrous adversary, its enraged cries fading into the night. Finding solace in the safety of the town's streetlights, a wave of relief washed over them, tempered by the unsettling knowledge that the memories of this harrowing encounter would linger for years to come. As days turned into weeks, the burden of their shared secret weighed heavily on the friends, cloaking them in a silence as thick as lead. The unbelievable truth of their brush with the supernatural entity consumed their thoughts, a forbidden narrative they kept locked away, fearful of facing skepticism and unwanted scrutiny from the adults around them. Amidst the doubts and raised eyebrows of the grown-ups that they trusted to tell, only one person stood apart from the rest, Chris's mysterious uncle. Renowned for his quiet wisdom and deep perception, he offered a rare moment of validation to the perplexed teens, acknowledging the existence of forces that transcended human understanding. In this world, there are mysteries that defy reason, ancient entities that reside in the depths of a dark reality. His words carried a gravity that hinted at a profound insight into the enigmas that eluded ordinary mortals. The legend of the Dogman is intertwined with our very existence, a reminder of the fragile boundary between our world and the realms below. His revelations ignited an insatiable curiosity within the group, propelling them on a determined quest to unravel the town's enigmatic history. Driven by a need to understand the eerie parallels between historical disappearances and their own harrowing encounter, they immersed themselves in the forbidden depths of Lowell's dark past. Through dusty tomes and hidden archives, they unearthed chilling accounts, while first-hand stories from wary locals painted a vivid picture of the Dogman's ominous presence. As they delved deeper, the line between reality and myth began to blur, each discovery casting a long shadow of foreboding over their journey. Bound together by their shared ordeal, the friends found themselves precariously balanced between ignorance and forbidden knowledge, acutely aware of the sinister secrets that lay hidden within the town's history. As whispers carried echoes of haunting tales through Lowell's past, the townsfolk stood at the crossroads, where the saga of the Dogman blurred the lines between reality and myth, waiting for the next chapter to unfold.